My number 10, a little movie called Pig.
Ooh.
Did you see this?
Good choice. I did see it. It did not make my top 10, though.
Way to just spit in my face.
Ha-ha.
Right in the first pick.
I picked Hustlers for my number 9. I forgot to tell you again.
Nice.
Just kidding.
Just put it in there every year,
kidding.
man.
It's automatic.
Age is like a fine wine. You know what I mean?
But
just like J-Lo.
Of course. You know what would make Pig better? Is if J-Lo was in it. Just saying.
I can't argue with that. Well, despite the lack of J-Lo, I really enjoyed Pig. It's by a director named Michael Sarnoski. I have no idea who that gentleman is. I've never seen anything he has ever done. To my understanding,
I think he
don't
might
think
be
he's
a
ever
first-time
done.
director. I could be incorrect, but I
given my very cursory Googling, I couldn't find anything else that he's done. He made the movie had no budget. I don't understand. So I'm confused why Nicolas Cage continues to make so many low budget movies for the money. Does that make any sense to you?
I mean, I kind of wonder if a lot of them, they're low budget, but 90% of that low budget goes to paying his wages. Because usually there's low budget.
He earned it in this one.
Well, if it's a low budget movie, a lot of times he's in it for like half an hour or 20 minutes, something like that.
I mean, he's in every shot of this movie, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, you could tell that he was into this one. He knew this was going to be, and it's paid off. I feel like this is like...
I mean, did he get an Oscar or not? Like, when does that all come out? I haven't been paying attention.
I thought for the longest time this was all supposed to be a lead up to him playing the Tiger King, but I think that project may have fallen apart. But it seemed like for a while, and he still might be on it, but it seemed like he was trying to cage us on, especially since he's got that other movie.
He's got more of a high budget. It's like the immense weight of the immense weight of incredible talent, or some insane convoluted like Harley Quinn in the Renaissance of My Girl Gang, whatever the fuck that I'm not gonna even try to remember right now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean Nicolas Cage, he's great in this.
Yeah.
This is Mandy. This is
what was the other one? That was the Color of Space.
Color into Space.
Yeah.
This is when like Nicolas Cage actually cares. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I haven't seen. To him, I mean, he said that this was the most kind of, I think, since Joe, another movie he did a couple years ago.
The most invested he was in, like, performance.
The most invested, or the closest to his actual life, I guess, which is horrifying to think about, as it is basically as a lonely dying man. Like, I don't want to say dying. I think we're all dying.
He's like spiritually dying, I would say.
He's just, it's like when I say dying, I don't want to allude that he's terminally ill or something. That's not part of the plot or anything like that. That's not a thing. I'm just saying that he's kind of just gone out into the woods to kind of quietly live out the rest of his days for whatever reason, right? So it's very interesting. It's called Pig. It's about a man who is living out in the woods, and he's making a living with the help of his truffle pig. And so it's like a little pot-belly pig. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Cute as a button.
Yeah.
Great
pig's
pig.
Amazing.
Incredible pig. So apparently the production didn't have money to buy or rent or hire a trained pig.
Oh, really?
So they had to go out.
Just a normal pig?
They had to go out and get just a normal pig.
Jesus.
An untrained pig.
And I hear pigs and other wilder animals like that are just horrible to work with.
Well, apparently this pig was just biting the shit out of Nicolas Cage.
No.
You know what I mean?
I was wondering, that was something I did kind of pick up on because, for as important a role as the pig plays in the plot, they do kind of shoot around the pig sometimes.
Well, you got to work around the pig.
Yeah, like there's sometimes where it's like, I feel like they put in some oinking sound and they kind of imply the pig's like just out of frame, but it probably is not there,
I mean, it sounds like we haven't had someone this difficult to work with since Black Phillip in The Witch.
Exactly.
So you never want to work with kids. You never want to work with animals. And I can't imagine working with a pissed off pig or a pissed off billy goat. You know what I mean? Those are not great ones to have around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, by all accounts, Nicolas Cage was like, I've been set on fire. I've been in cars that have flipped over. And it's going to be the goddamn sepsis from getting bitten by this goddamn pig that's going to do me in the end. You know what I mean? It's a great little movie. It was made in like 20 days, no budget, all shot, I guess, mostly on on or in and around.
Oh, like
either
Washington, right? Seattle?
No, it was Portland, Oregon
Oregon,
is where
right.
it's kind of set. So it's got some very cool, like real set pieces. I don't want to go too much into the plot. He ends up having to travel in. I guess the main crux of the plot is that he is working as a truffle. He goes out into the woods with his pig. He finds truffles. A young man comes in and meets with him weekly and exchanges, like basically like goods, like canned soup, batteries, just basic like life, living in the woods type camping material. Not even really money, because it's not interested in going into town and and exchanging money for those things. So this young guy who's kind of a hustler, is in the truffle hustling business, and
he like thinks he's hot shit. I think it's Alex Wolff, the kid from Hereditary, plays him, right?
Is that who it is?
Yeah. This is.
Shit.
Yeah, he's.
I thought he looked familiar, but I was like, why does this kid look familiar?
He's got
but
this
I don't
weird
really know.
mole that I always kind of notice.
Okay.
So whenever he pops up in a movie, I recognize him. But he's really good though. He's like a good counterpart.
He's got a great arc. He's got a great arc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you kind of hate him in the beginning, and he kind of grows on you throughout the movie. The basic point of the plot, and I think it's in the trailer, so I'm not even going to spoil anything. But basically, shadowy figures come and steal his pig in the middle of the night. They beat him up. They take his pig, and the movie is all about going on a search and a hunt to find the people who have taken his goddamn pig. And it is heart-wrenching and brutal and emotional, and it takes you into his whole past and why he is spending his life living in the woods, and kind of goes into almost like a John Wick-esque type of weirdness of like everyone knows this guy, and there's like an underworld who all knows him and has an incredible amount of respect. Very John Wick-esque in a way.
In a way, but the thing that I like about that is you think it's John Wick, but it also is this whole other thing underneath it too. And you know what I mean? Like without going too into detail, one of the things that I noticed about it is how I was expecting a little bit more Mandy, and it ended up giving me a little bit more heart. And I think that's a good thing. Like I liked that a lot about it, but it's an interesting misdirect because it was totally not the movie I was expecting. Like when you hear the synopsis of it, it ends up giving you something a little bit more real.
Absolutely. I mean, it not for nothing. I think it's popped up on a lot of best movies of the year. I think I saw it made Obama's top 10 movie of the year. So you know what I mean. If that's your segment, people. Take it from him. You know what I mean? I think John Oliver has promoted it. So, I mean, it's everyone points and laughs at Nicolas Cage. Haha, we do our fair share. You know what I mean? But we have no problem with giving the man credit where credit's due. I think it's an incredible performance. Wouldn't be surprised if he's nominated.
That'd be
I don't
awesome
know.
if he got nominated.
I don't really follow the award, but besides the Academy Awards,
this might be a little too. I feel like he'll win an independent spirit. Like Sandler did for Uncut Gems a couple of years ago or whatever. Right. But yeah, this might be a little too weird for the Academy. But who knows? You never know.
Well, it's available for streaming on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, go check it out. It's well worth your time. It is not a incredibly fun experience, but that is such is life.
The Oscars, I would say at least 60% of these things are never incredibly fun experiences.
Absolutely. It can't all be gay cowboys eating pudding.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly.